My name is David. Years ago, I worked late nights at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. This was before every place had modern security cameras. Not because they didn't exist, just because the owner was cheap. Honestly, the job itself was easy. The hardest part was the owner. We'd have the same arguments over and over, like he forgot them the moment they ended. Most nights it was just me. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. No traffic, no noise, nothing. One night I was leaning against the counter, flipping through a magazine, fighting boredom. The store was dead silent. The only sound was that faint buzzing from the fluorescent lights, the kind you stop noticing after hours of isolation. Then, SFX, door chime. I looked up. A man had just walked in. He was tall, early 30s, black, athletic build. My first thought was ex-pro athlete. Then I really looked at him. He was covered in blood. Not a little, a lot. There was a massive splatter across his chest, streaks on his arms, smears on his face. It was almost cartoonish, so unreal that my brain didn't know how to process it. But his eyes, that's what got me. They were empty, completely vacant, like there was nothing behind them. He looked relaxed, almost bored, as if walking into a gas station at 2 a.m. like this was normal. I froze. I couldn't stop staring. Every time I forced myself to look away, my eyes snapped right back to his. He noticed. And then he smiled. Man, calmly. Don't worry, it's not my blood. David VO. That didn't help. My brain screamed, he killed someone. He's going to kill me. But survival instincts kicked in. I nodded like he just commented on the weather and buried my face in the magazine. He walked the aisles casually, grabbed a few items, came to the counter. I rang him up, avoiding eye contact. He paid in cash, didn't say another word. SFX, door chime. And he was gone. The moment I heard his car start, I grabbed the phone and called 911. I told them everything, but halfway through the call, SFX, door chime. He was back. He looked furious. I hung up immediately, but it was too late. He knew. He stormed to the counter, demanding to know if I'd called the cops. I denied it. He didn't believe me. He started screaming, cursing. His eyes, those empty eyes, were filled with rage now. Then, without warning, he launched himself over the counter. Not climbed. Launched. In seconds, he had me on the floor, hands around my throat. I thought I was going to die. I fought like an animal, kicking, scratching, biting. Blood smeared everywhere, his, mine, someone else's. Desperate, I screamed, "David!" It was a bluff, but it worked. He scrambled off me and bolted out the door. I lay there, shaking, covered in blood. The police arrived about 10 minutes later. They went after him. I never heard from them again. No news, no updates, nothing. A few months later, I was still working there. That was my first mistake. One night, another man walked in. He was wearing an expensive, perfectly tailored gray suit. No browsing, no hesitation. He walked straight to me, reached into his jacket, and pulled out a photograph. It was him. The blood-covered man. He asked if I'd ever seen him before. I said no. The silence afterward was unbearable. Finally, he picked up the photo and turned to leave. Then he stopped, looked back at me. Man in suit. I know you're lying. And he walked out. Weeks later, I started noticing a silver SUV, at the gas station, at the grocery store, on my street. Then one night, SFX, glass shattering. A rock sat in the middle of my living room. No note, just a message. I quit my job the next day, moved towns, then states. Nothing ever happened again. But I still think about it. Final incident, Highway David, VO. 8 months ago, I was driving home late from a job site, exhausted, half asleep. I stopped at a gas station and took a nap in my truck, and when I woke up, the parking lot was empty. 45 minutes later, I heard a strange thumping sound, then SFX, loud crack. I turned around. There was a man standing in my truck bed. He was smashing the glass with one of my tools. I lost control of the vehicle. Somehow I stopped without crashing. I ripped off my seatbelt and threw the door.